Admiral Janeway and Dr. Beverly Crusher's first ever Star Trek meeting finally happens after 29 years. Star Trek Prodigy Season 2 features the first meeting between Admiral Catherine Janeway, Kate Mulgrew, and Dr. Beverly Crusher, Gates McFadden. Star Trek Voyager premiered 29 years ago in 1995, introducing the world to Captain Janeway and the crew of the USS Voyager. After being stranded in the distant Delta Quadrant for 7 years, Voyager returned to Earth, where Janeway was quickly promoted to Vice Admiral. Janeway popped up briefly in Star Trek Nemesis to give Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, orders to travel to Romulus, but she never interacted with Dr. Crusher. Dr. Beverly Crusher spent much of her Starfleet career as the chief medical officer on the USS Enterprise D and USS Enterprise under the command of Captain Picard. Beverly and her teenage son, Wesley Crusher, Will Wheaton, lived together on the Enterprise D for several years before Wes left, first to study at Starfleet Academy, and then to join the Travelers. As revealed in Star Trek Picard Season 3, Beverly left the Enterprise sometime after Star Trek Nemesis to secretly raise her son with Picard, Jack Crusher, Ed Spaliers, while offering medical aid to those in need. In Star Trek Prodigy Season 2, Admiral Janeway reaches out to Dr. Crusher to learn more about her traveler son, Wesley. Admiral Janeway finally meets Dr. Beverly Crusher in Star Trek Prodigy Season 2. After Admiral Janeway encountered Wesley Crusher and allowed the Protostar kids to travel through his portal, she reached out to Dr. Beverly Crusher for insight into her son. Dr. Crusher was surprisingly hard to track down, but Counselor Noom, Jason Alexander, pulled a few strings with Starfleet Medical. Janeway greets Crusher with a reference to the Shinzen incident depicted in Star Trek Nemesis before asking about Admiral Picard. A bit flustered by the question, Beverly responds that she hasn't seen Jean-Luc in a while, meaning she no longer serves on the Enterprise. Admiral Janeway apparently hasn't spoken to Admiral Picard since Star Trek Nemesis or kept up with the whereabouts of the USS Enterprise E's crew, although that's not particularly surprising as an admiral with myriad responsibilities, including her own starship missions. Dr. Crusher quickly moves the subject away from Picard, asking about her son, Wesley. Janeway tells Beverly that Wesley saved their lives, but seemed erratic. Janeway is clearly worried about the cadets, but Beverly reveals that she hasn't spoken to her son in years. Still, Beverly assures Janeway that Wes is a good son with a good heart, and that he must know what he's doing.